So welcome, fellow beer and wine drinkers. Hope you're having a fabulous Friday. I'm Emily with Superior Beverage Group. With us this afternoon, I have Kaycee and Nathan from Southern Tier Distilling. They're here to talk about two new product innovations, or ready-to-drink products, and that will be hitting shelves very soon. Actually, they just hit our docks today. So Kaycee and Nathan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you guys do for the company, and products we're going to introduce today.
Nate, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, sure. Thanks. Hi, everyone. So I'm Nathan Arnone, brand manager for Southern Tier Distilling Company. We are a craft distillery located in Lakewood, New York, east of the Cleveland area. Pretty easy to get to. We are on beautiful Chautauqua Lake. People might be familiar with Chautauqua Lake. We are located right across the road from Southern Tier Brewing Company. The distillery is located in the original location of Southern Tier Brewing Company. So we have very close bonds. We're basically one company. We're the distilling arm, and they're the brewing arm. With me here is Kaycee remotely. We're because I'm in Lakewood, Kaycee's in our Charlotte office.
So I've been with the distillery from day one, which is kind of exciting. I've seen us grow through every stage that we've hurdled over, especially with COVID last year. It's been nice to come out as strong as we have. I do a multitude of things because our team is still very small. It is just Nate, myself, our head distiller, and then our bar manager. So it's just the four of us from a day-to-day basis. So I handle anything from our liquor compliance and our licensing to our incoming, outgoing purchasing, shipments, ordering, day-to-day assistance with Nate and brand management. And I have my hand in a few other things under Artisanal Brewing Ventures. But for the most part, it's just kind of I wear an umbrella.
You sure do. You sound like you do a job for like 10 people rather than just the four of you.
I think we all can say that safely.
Yeah, it's kind of, we're still young, and pretty small, but thankfully the proximity that we have to the brewery and the talents up there, like all of our cans are produced across the road at the brewery, so we really rely on their expertise, and it's a great symbiotic relationship that we have with them.
That's amazing. So I guess general welcome and thank you very much for joining me today in this chaotic and a wonderful Friday. Do you guys want to start with the tasting and product innovation first, or how would you guys like to start this out today?
Yeah, let's start with the cocktail.
It's Friday at 3:00. We might as well.
Let's talk about the Vodka Pink Lemonade. So Vodka Pink Lemonade is the first RTD, the can cocktail that we've released seasonally. So this is a brand new product. Here it is, Vodka Pink Lemonade. All right, nice, beautiful, bright can. This is what we try to do with this, and with all of our can cocktails, is to create a drink that is reminiscent of being at a cocktail bar. So we take the time to make them as you would expect to have a handcrafted cocktail over the bar. So with this one in particular, with Vodka Pink Lemonade, it's pretty simple, right? Mm-hmm. It's a pink. So we've done that lemonade, but it also has a little touch of lemon thyme. So that's our craft twist to this one, is a little bit of an herb note to it. If you remember, last summer, probably didn't happen because of everything that was going on. But, previously you go to a fair, right? You go to your county fair, you get a fresh squeezed lemonade, and there's a bunch of sugar in it. This is like you have put a little bit of vodka into it, and off you go. So that's what we're looking for here, but with a bit of a craft twist with that muddled lemon thyme flavor. So I'm gonna crack this one open, and it's also pink. So we use all natural flavors with this. We've got some fruit juice in there to to give it that pink color, but look at that. It's a beauty. Can you see
Hold
this?
it. There we go. I was wondering if it was pink. It is way pink.
Cheers, Nate.
Yeah,
That's
it's really
awesome.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. If it didn't just come off the docks today, I probably would have some with you.
I know, I'm bummed. We could have shipped you samples.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all good.
But maybe you have the keys to the dock. Who knows? Out there on your way out.
I don't know if they want to do that. I might actually just take the truck. But anyway, so what's the flavor? Like, is it really sparkling right off the taste or anything?
Yeah, it's moderately carbonated.
Okay.
It has it's lemonade. The vodka is really pretty hidden, right? There's a lot of flavor there, so it doesn't taste like you're drinking an 8% cocktail. It tastes like you're drinking lemonade, really, and a sweet lemonade. But it's not cloyingly sweet. We didn't, we wanted to make it refreshing and not like stick to your tongue. So this is one that's, we just picture this on a nice hot summer day or spring day. We had snow here 2 days in a row. I don't know if it snowed in Cleveland, but definitely snow here too. So, we're looking forward to the change in the seasons and being able to kick back on the porch or on the golf course or at the beach or on the trail or camping, wherever you happen to be. This is a cocktail in a can.
I was just going to say, it is a cocktail in a can, so you don't need to add anything. You don't need to do anything fancy. It's ready to go.
No, you really don't. You could dress it up, of course. You could put a slice of lemon in it. You could muddle some more thyme and put that in. Pour it over the rocks, drink it straight out of the can. Either way, it's a craft cocktail bar wherever you are.
So not only do you have this one, but you have your staples. You have the bourbon smash. You have the gin and tonic. Like how did you guys come about making cocktails in a can?
Kaycee, I'll let you discuss this.
So this was totally the brainchild of our founder, Finn DeMink. Obviously, you've heard his name before. He's also the founder of Southern Tier Brewing Company. He wanted to provide a craft cocktail in a vessel that was convenient for everybody to access. You think about bottles, and you can't bring glass a lot of places, but you're always allowed to bring a can. So putting a craft cocktail in a vessel that is able to be transported easily, able to minimize shelf space, but also keeping our quality of the product high at the same time was crucial. And so we really started by saying, these are the 4 cocktails we want to try to develop. We want a vodka cocktail, we want a gin cocktail, and we want a bourbon cocktail. So from there, we kind of took, all right, what sells best? What does everybody drink when they go to a bar? Cranberry and vodka. Can I get a vodka cran? Sure. We could have absolutely put that in a can, but Finn's like, I don't want to do that. Why are we going to stop there? He's always expecting us to go above and beyond. And so that's really what we did when we were developing our initial flavors. So with our Vodka Madras, which is our best seller, not only do you get that vodka and cranberry, there's hints of orange juice, there's hints of lime juice, but you also get chamomile and cardamom on the back end. And so as we were developing these and we were making them from scratch at the bar, I was making wholemeal chamomile cardamom simple syrup, and we were taking that raw cocktail and getting it as close as we possibly could to put in that can using all natural ingredients in our spirits. We didn't want to deliver something that wasn't as high quality that you would get from a bar. We did want to deliver something as high quality as you would get from a bar. We wanted to make sure you were getting that true, authentic cocktail. So we made sure the coloring was there. We made sure the flavors were there. You wanted to pick up on all those little nuances, those background hits. We literally wanted to take that cocktail, put it in a can, and give our customers the best experience. And so that's really how the process for all of them started. And it's how we ended up where we are today. Even though I didn't have as much hand in the development of the 2 newest cocktails that we're talking about today, those standards still ring true. And I think it rings true for Southern Tier Distilling Company across the brand.
The vodka madras, that
Yes.
is also, it comes in what type of packaging do these cocktail?
Yeah, they're all.
You got it.
Yeah, they're all 4-packs,
Okay.
and a 12-ounce can. That's really it. So 4-pack of these 12 ouncers. We have a variety 8-pack as well. That's 2 of each variety. So that's 2 gin and tonics, vodka madras, vodka soda, and the bourbon smash.
I think it's crucial to note too that even though, people see 4 in a can or 4 in a package, you have to remember that in the reality of this, when you're opening this can, you're getting 2 cocktails out of the can. So you are essentially drinking 2 cocktails for every can. So you're really getting a value deal, especially if you're looking for something that you can consume without, going overboard. 1 can equals 2 cocktails. All right, I'm done. Or, you can get crazy and have 3 more.
Yeah, and it's right there in the grocery store, right?
Yep,
So
exactly.
Go into the store, grab some, throw them on ice. The nice thing about cans is that they chill very quickly, and they go anywhere.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I believe there's a second one, right?
Yes. Let's do that. So we have our brand new. There we go.
There you go.
So this is a Agave Margarita in two-tone green can. This one, this is an agave spirit, and what we're trying to do with this one is make a nice, clean, classic lime margarita. So this one is, again, it pours really nicely into the.
There you go. Just looks like a margarita on the rocks.
It's just like a margarita. Oh, it smells just like a margarita.
It must taste like one.
You can even taste the salt, which I think is a huge differentiating factor when you open up.
It tastes like a margarita.
Yeah.
No, it's really it's got everything that you would expect to have in a freshly poured margarita. Right, again, just straight out of a can. Obviously, if you wanted to spend a little bit of extra time dressing it up, lime wedge is really all that's needed. Maybe a slice of orange, both of those. They would really complement the liquid.
I think this one's really cool too, because I think with the convenience of it being in a can, now that on-premise is opening back up again, you're going to be able to take this margarita as your base cocktail and expand it into a huge cocktail portfolio. So you can muddle fresh raspberries, you can muddle jalapenos, and you can really take a craft spin on something that's already good as is without having to put the work into it.
It's easy peasy.
Yeah.
Nothing special. I like the simple things. I think a lot of people like the simple and easy to go to things without overthinking anything. It's ready to go. Why do you think ready to drink cocktails are such a trend right now?
I think for all of those reasons, you've got the convenience of the package. You've got really great drinkability with them. There's the flexibility to just drink them as they are. You can dress them up. And, recently, up until maybe 4 or 5 years ago, there weren't a lot of, we tried a lot of them right before we started making ours, and we couldn't find any that really tasted very good. But now, more companies are dialing them in. I feel like we're leaders in that area. We've been doing them for about 4 years now, and we kind of know how to make them, and we know how to make them taste like what you would expect them to, and not taste weird. Sometimes the cocktails have tasted weird out of a can, and these just frankly don't. They taste great. So I think that there's that. I think the portability is a great factor and the reason why people are drinking them. People are boating, or the wintertime you take them skiing and that one on the lift. Wherever you happen to be, you can enjoy that kind of level of flavor and convenience on that package. And they're 8% alcohol, right?
Why not? Kaycee, I think you might have mentioned it already. You make all the spirits on property, right?
Yes. So we, I find that really special about Southern Tier. There's not a lot of distilleries out there these days that are producing from start to finish. So we truck in all of our grain, and our grain is actually New York State grain. So we are technically considered a New York State farm distillery. And we have to meet certain qualifications to be able to apply that name to the distillery itself. So everything that we do, we mash on site, we distill on site, we ferment on site, we condense on site, bottle, package. And then we also have our on-premise tasting room, which is really cool because you have a tasting room where you can also buy our spirits to go. So it's a really unique operation. And if you're ever at the distillery, it's pretty cool to see. We have some glass doors set up so you can actually see the still in the barrels. And it's a really neat facility, and it's amazing for as small it is, what great expectations we've been able to produce out of that location.
I know personally, I have thoroughly enjoyed your products even before I worked at Superior Beverage Group.
Oh, well, thank you.
I even have a jacket. You were my first official merchandise that I got.
Oh, that's cool.
Love it.
But I do like how you make beer, you make the spirits, and now you make the cocktails in a can, ready to go. Possibility of a vineyard in the future.
Yeah, it's funny. We're part of a bigger company called Artisanal Brewing Ventures, and that's a group of kind of like-minded companies. We're all craft beverage makers. So we've got 3 breweries, a cidery, and a distillery, and we joke like the next one will be a winery.
It will be.
Right? So,
don't give anybody any ideas.
Yeah, maybe. There are plenty of, yeah, plenty of great small craft wineries around too. And I think we're fortunate where we are here in the Northeast. That there's a lot of really good, high quality products that are being made across the spectrum of adult beverage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who knows? Maybe winery too. Southern wines.
The innovation in adult beverages is not lacking, that's for sure. I think with COVID happening, I think everyone had the time to rethink some things, recreate some things, just like the candy companies with their new styles of Kit Kats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They got a little bored at the house. So of these products, which ones are seasonal and which one is a year-round?
Sure. The vodka pink lemonade is the seasonal, and that's the first seasonal that we've released for a canned cocktail. And then lime agave margarita will be year-round offering. Yes, it'll be around as a core.
It's a core. By any chance, is it going to make it into the variety pack?
That's part of my 2022 plan. Yeah, I hope so.
Okay, I won't jump ahead then.
It's coming.
That's awesome. I know you also have seltzers too.
So we have the seltzers have been a pretty big deal for us. That's about 40% of our volume last year. They're vodka seltzers. So they're distinctly different than just about every other seltzer on the market. There are only a handful of other vodka-based seltzers around. Like High Noon would be one that would be similar to ours. They're corn-based vodka. It's gluten-free product. They're 4.5%, super refreshing, really, really easy to drink. And we have really nice flavor combinations too. So, for instance, we have blood orange and pomelo is one of our combinations. So really light, refreshing. Black cherry and pomegranate is another. And it hits these really nice flavor combination notes. Much like what we did with how we developed the cocktails, we do the same thing with those seltzers. Really key attention to the flavor combinations and also the level of flavor. So our seltzers are not sweet. They're not cloying in any way. They're fairly dry, although they're refreshing. Just 1 gram of carbs. They're really I guess you would call it, from a beer side, you would call that sessionable, right? Like you can drink one after another of those and don't feel full.
It's honestly just like drinking seltzer water. It's not like you taste the vodka in it at all.
Yeah.
And because they're so low cal, there's only 1 gram of carb. Like it's just.
Yeah, they're 95 calories and no added sugar to it. So they're really refreshing. We're very fond of them. We think they're fantastic products. Again, those are.
We might be biased.
We might be biased, of course, but we do a ton of R&D when we're making new products. It doesn't matter what it is, and whatever the segment is, and we're tasting what we're going to be on shelf next to, and we want to make our products distinctive. And every bit is good or better than anything else that's out there. That's just something that we spend a lot of time. We don't rush to market with our products. The lime agave margarita and the vodka pink lemonade. We already made both of those for a year. Then we got them just great, and then we go to market with them. So it's something we take a lot of pride in, and it's painstaking work, but it's worthwhile in the end because we've got something that we're happy to put that in front of anybody.
Yeah.
And speaking of the vodka seltzers, like we were in Food Network magazine January, February issue next to Jose Cuervo with I think they have a tequila based cocktail on one side of us, and then on the other side was another vodka brand.
It was Absolute.
Yeah, Absolute Vodka, right? So and then there's Southern Tier, right? And among those brands, so I think that speaks to the quality of that product, and it's unsolicited from them. I mean, we didn't tell them to ask them to print that; they just did, right? Because we
didn't even know it was coming.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're like, oh, hey, look at that, that's cool. So I mean that's I think that's pretty neat. So yeah, we've got the seltzers, we've got our cocktails, and we've got our high proof spirits, and then. And with the high proof spirits, we also have a line of flavored whiskeys that are really came kind of on a whim to do that. And we started with a famous beer brand from Southern Tier Brewing Company with pumpkin, and we make a pumpkin spice whiskey. We call it pumpkin whiskey. It's really tasty. It's kind of along the lines of the typical flavored whiskeys. It's 35% alcohol, sweet, real easy to drink as shots. Makes great cocktails too, and we've got some others that are coming out and have come out since then, and some that'll be and some new stuff coming down the line with that as well. So we do a lot of on one side we have a lot of attention to barrel aging and that kind of the distilling art, and then the other side we have a lot of fun and come up with new things like flavored whiskeys, and who knows what else will come down the road. So.
Well, personally, I have yet to find this pumpkin whiskey around here. I don't know what's going on.
Ohio is a control state.
Ohio, if you're listening, come on, give us a break.
Give us a break. So we are trying to get the pumpkin whiskey as a full listed item in state stores.
Okay.
Kind of being a small distillery.
Yeah.
We've got some sales volume behind it. Fortunately, pumpkin whiskey absolutely skyrocketed last year like we couldn't have ever imagined. I think we doubled our anticipated sales volume. So
I was totally looking forward to that.
Approval.
Okay, so
we're hoping we get the approval so you guys can see it in your state stores soon.
Yeah.
Oh geez, I just dropped my phone. Sorry. I'm sorry. But we also have a cream whiskey that we'll be releasing this fall. That's a lower ABV. That's looks like we'll be going into stores with that one in Ohio. So
yes, Superior actually will be able to distribute that.
Okay.
Which is super exciting. Yeah. So
got me excited. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll come back to the two we're talking about, the pink lemonade and the margarita.
Yeah.
So before we are done with this part, are there any other products coming down the line for ready to drink that our consumers and our retailers should be excited for?
Yes, in fact, there are. There's one we're releasing here in at the end of the summertime, and we actually just finished our R&D on this one just this week. We're done. We're ready to package, and it's I alluded to or mentioned the pumpkin whiskey. So we have a great product or a great cocktail that we make in our bar. That's an easy one for anybody to make. We call it pumpkin and cola or king and cola, and it's the whiskey and Coca-Cola. We are using Coca-Cola, but we've got a cola mix that we use to make this as a canned cocktail. So we call it King and Cola. It's in a brilliant package. I should have sent that over to you. You could put it up on the screen, but it's essentially pumpkin whiskey with cola in the can, and it is awesome. We tried it on Tuesday, and it was fantastic.
And that will come at the same time as the beer pumpkin. So they put shelves at the exact same time. We have the same ship to wholesale schedule. We have the same ship to retail schedule. So really excited to see those side by side in your grocery stores and your convenience stores. I think it's going to be an opportunity to connect the two brands, because I think there's a lot of times that Southern Tier Distilling Company still, despite sharing the name, isn't connected to Southern Tier Brewing Company.
Yeah, so this is going to be that opportunity for the beer brands and the because there's a whole line of pumpkin beers, right? So there's the namesake, and then there's variations that have come out, and this is yet another kind of spin on that. So the pumpkin spice will continue to roll here through the pumpkin, the kingdom, right? So that'll be
on. The roll on, yes.
Roll on.
That's August. So we'll have August, a bunch of new things hitting the shelves there as a Southern Tier, overall Southern Tier brand. Pretty fun.
I was like, Southern Tier, everything is amazing, especially the pumpkin.
So I came from the beer side, right? That was my thing. I was at the brand as a brand manager for Southern Tier Brewing Company for a long, long time. And over the last 2.5 years of being in that role for the distillery, I haven't spent as much time thinking about the beer side. I know that there are quite a few. I think there are four brands. So there's Pumpkin, Warlock, Nitro Pumpkin, and I think there's a coffee, another coffee, cold brew coffee pumpkin this year, plus the pumpkin and cola.
That'll be awesome to see on the shelves with that too. Okay.
Oh, and Nitro Pumpkin.
Oh yeah, don't forget the Nitro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there might be 5 beer brands.
We'll come back to that when that comes. We don't want to scare people with pumpkin just yet. So we still have the whole summer to get through before we start thinking about that.
True.
All right. Well, I am going to close out for Facebook. And if you guys hold tight real quick. And cool. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We hope you liked talking and interacting with our Southern Tier Distilling friends. Be sure to follow us for more information. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.